And good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Soundgarden stage at the center of the sports universe, Coach's Corner. That's right, Coach's Corner, located on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt, Georgia. I'm here, Savannah, Georgia, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, it's September 25th, 2024. Got a lot of things to talk about. And, of course, we know Hurricane Helene is in the Gulf of Mexico, or right below us, okay? And it's heading up this way. It's going to come on the outskirts of Georgia, which is going to affect football Friday night here in Savannah, Georgia. So it's going to be pretty interesting. And, I mean, like anything else, you got to prepare for it. A lot of teams, most teams have made arrangements already. Schools have closed half-day Thursday, Friday. They can't practice, so it's going to be affected. But I'm glad you could join me for another episode of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. And I got to thank, of course, John Henderson and Dell Henderson for letting me do this every Wednesday night. It's a lot of fun. I follow the number one show on Coach's Corner Sports Network, Rubbin' and Grubbin', the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, all thing NASCAR. They rub about racing, and then they grub about food, okay? Someday I'll get that. I'll rub against sports and then grub some food, okay? But anyway, and of course, the man that was the mastermind behind the Coach's Corner Sports Network, the producer for Rubbin' and Grubbin', Lawrence Bennett. So I'm glad you could be here. We got a great show lined up. Like I say, every Wednesday night, we only play 3 quarters now. Or I like to say 3 steps in the door. First step, youth sports, high school sports. Second step, the college in the area, college sports in the area. Then, of course, the last quarter or the last step in the door is professional sports. All right, so let's get to it right now. Get my handy-dandy PowerPoint here. That's right. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the show on September 25th, 2024 on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Who do we got coming in? We got a great lineup, okay? We're going to go with 2 Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athletes of the week, both from Richmond Hill High School, both outstanding student athletes. Both had phenomenal games last week against Buchholz out of Florida, 35-28 Richmond Hill win. These 2 guys rushed for over 100 yards. Sorry, one of them rushed for 150 yards. The other guy also went over 200 yards. So find out, stay here. We're talking about, of course, Caleb Easterling and Joshua Ehrlich Troupe. Then, of course, bringing back memories. We had a podcast on the Coach's Corner Sports Network called Who's on First Base. It was the coach, yours truly, and, of course, my man, the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson. Well, Braves won a big game last night. Right now it's on a delay because of the weather going on in Georgia. But we're going to talk about the 2024 MLB season and, of course, what's going to happen with the playoffs and the Braves and everything else with the man himself, good friend of mine, the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson. So that'll come on about 7:35, okay? So next up, let's go step 1 in the door, high school sports, okay? I can't read that, so let me get my notes here. The old OG needs his reading glasses. I don't have them with him. Okay, last week's scores. Week 6, like I said, Richmond Hill beat Buchholz 35-28. Wildcats 5-0 going into region play this week. Statesboro takes care of Bradwell 41-36. Effingham, the Battle of the Ham, beats South Effingham 47-0. I was there. It could have been worse. Benedictine comes back after an almost 3-week layoff. No rust. They beat Westminster 31-3. Check out the story on the Prep Sports Report, written by the man himself, Nathan Dominance. Okay. Long County beats Beach 30-17. Long County undefeated. Okay. Calvary Day School 34, Jenkins 31 in overtime. Great game. Well, Calvary Day School is going to take on Long County in 2 weeks, and we'll see what happens from there. Johnson all over Groves 41-19. Liberty County beats Island 21-0. Southeast Bullock over Windsor Forest 35-8. Savannah Country Day, after 3 straight losses, 2 straight wins. They beat Tatnall County 31-9. ECU over Bryan County. Emmanuel Christian Institute 26-12. Fulton Academy in 8-man football came to Port Wentworth, took on Memorial Day School, beat them 24-20. Bethesda goes out to Patrick Henry and wins 30-7. Augusta Eagles, 8-man football, okay, against the Coastal Homeschool. Augusta Eagles wins 44-28. All right, so let's get into what's happening this week with the Hurricane. All right, so we're looking at it. Wednesday night, tonight, 7:30, out there in Pembroke, The Bryan County Redskins are taking on the Claxton Tigers, okay? It was supposed to be Friday. They move it to tonight, 7:30. Friday night, we have not heard anything from these schools. Effingham is at Lakeside Evans. Evans is at South Effingham is at Evans. Liberty County is at Southeast Bullock. Savannah Christian is at Blessed Trinity up there in Roswell. St. Andrews is at Robert Toombs Christian Academy. And Bethesda is at Christian Academy. Haven't heard a word about those games yet. These games have been changed, okay? Friday night, Savannah High was supposed to play at Portal. Well, it's going to be Saturday at 11 a.m. Greenbrier was supposed to come down and play Bradwell, while they're going to do it Saturday at 12 noon. Tift County and Richmond Hill was supposed to play Friday night at 7 o'clock. They're playing that Saturday at 2 o'clock. New Hampstead is going to Perry. All right, that's out there in the southwest, the west part of the state where the Hurricane's supposed to track through. They're going to play Saturday, but couldn't find a time yet. And then Monday night, Benedictine, who was supposed to play Friday night, okay, is going to be playing Monday night at Ware County at 6 p.m. So that's the rearranged schedule right now. Haven't heard from the other schools. As soon as I hear from them, I'll let you know. All right. We're in full swing here. Volleyball, okay, coming down to the last week region playoffs. We got two teams ranked in the Georgia High School State Association. St. Vincent's is number 9 in that 3 to 1A classification. They're 29-4. Savannah Christian is number 9. They're 23-7. St. Andrews now, I think, that's a typo, is like 20-1. Richmond Hill, Calvary, Savannah Arts Academy, Savannah Christian are all undefeated in region play. So if you check your region schedule, they should be hosting any region tournament. Nominate your standout high school volleyball player for the Donato's Savannah Pizza Player of the Week. We had 2 today. Go to the prepsportsreport.com. We had 2 winners, co-winners. We had Riley Stringer from South Effingham, and of course, Sophie Chu from St. Vincent's Academy. Nominate yours. The nomination form, the nomination link is in that story. Softball news will come out with the Player of the Week tomorrow, and that's, of course, that's the John Carr Seaport Real Estate Softball Player of the Week. That'll be coming out tomorrow, okay? Last week is up there. Go check it out, all right? Georgia High School rankings. Effingham is still ranked 6th in 5A, 13-2, 5-0 in their South region. Number 10, South Effingham, is 15-5, and they're 10-0 in their region. So check it out. Nominate a player. You got to love it. I didn't make a little note about this, but Quentin Brooks out of Bethesda Academy represented First Tee out in California, okay, at Pebble Beach, and got to play. It was a pro-am. Got to play with another Savannah, okay, Tim O'Neill. What an experience. I'm going to try and get him on next week for our next week's show. So once again to Quentin Brooks, Bethesda Academy senior, great job. All right, and we got to talk about college quick, okay? Georgia Tech lost to Louisville, not Louisville, Louisville, 31-19. They got a bye this week. Georgia State had a bye. They will host the other GSU, Georgia Southern, on Saturday at 3:30. Georgia takes on Alabama. Georgia had a bye. Everybody's wondering what they're going to be like. They only beat Kentucky, I think, by 1 point, 13-12 or 13-10. 3 points, whatever it is. They only won by 3 points. Okay, everybody's nervous about it. It's going to be in Tuscaloosa. Okay? So it's going to be pretty interesting. 7:30, main event on TV. Georgia Southern, like I said, they lost to Ole Miss last week, 52-13. They'll be at the other GSU, Georgia State, Saturday at 3:30 in the old Turner Field. Savannah State, big win. They knock off Tuskegee, 21-16. They'll host Fort Valley on Saturday night at 6 p.m. They're going to dedicate the new turf, the new field. It's supposed to happen Saturday night. Haven't heard any word yet, so we'll find out. All right, let's go to the professionals. Everybody's waiting for it. Atlanta Braves, 87-7. They're in third place, 6.5 behind the Phillies. They're fourth in the wild card, but they're tied for fourth in the wild card with the Diamondbacks. Both the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves are 1 game behind the Mets. Braves taking on the Mets. Chris Sales goes tonight, best pitcher on the staff. But as of right now, we got some raindrops happening in the ATL, so it's delayed. Right now, as far as I know, it's delayed. All right, last night, Michael Harris Jr. was off the wall, 3 hits all over the place, making great catches. Ozuna hit another home run. And the rookie, Kyle Schwallenbach, you got to love that name, Schwallenbach. They were the stars as they down the Mets 5-1 in that opener, which is pivotal to the series. Braves win tonight. They hold a tiebreaker against the Mets if they tie at the end of the season. If they take all three, they'll be up one game. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, the Falcons. Okay, Chiefs defense stopped Atlanta twice on 4th down in the closing minutes. Okay, preserving a 22-17 victory. And of course, we know with about 4 minutes left, Pitts was grabbed in the end zone. No pass interference was called. Should have been on the 1-yard line. But I'm not griping about it, okay? There are plenty of other chances for the Falcons to win. Chiefs hold on again. Chiefs are 3-0, Falcons 1-2. They'll play their second home game in a row. They play 3 in a row against who else? Their rival, the New Orleans Saints, okay, who got beat by the Eagles on Sunday. So it's going to be pretty interesting what happens there. All right? PGA news, Brian Harman was selected for the President's Cup, which takes place this weekend in Canada at the Montreal Golf Club. Starts tomorrow, the 26th, and goes through the 29th. So we'll see how Brian does that. It's match play. We know he's pretty good at that. PGA Champions Tour last week, and Tim O'Neill is right now 53rd on the Schwab Cup. Last week, he tied for 14th at 6 under at the Pure Insurance Championship. Gene Sowers didn't play last week. He was at 69th. Savannah Bananas played at Citizen Park, home of the NL East leaders, the Philadelphia Phillies. 45,000 people showed up to watch the Party Animals beat the Bananas 3-2. Okay? Retired Phillies who showed up, Shane Victorino, Joe Blanton, Jamie Moyer, and Ryan Howard. All right, remaining schedule, they're supposed to have a game tomorrow, but it's been canceled. The Bananas are supposed to play 3 in Historic Stadium, the 26th, 27th, 28th, so we'll find out what happens with the storm coming in. Then they go to Miami, Florida, to play in the Miami Marlins Lone Depot Park, and then they get on a boat and they go sailing the seas after that. All right, Savannah Clovers They finished in 4th place, 5-12-3. Okay, they lost last week, 3-0 to Michigan. Only the top 2 teams will play in the NAIA playoffs starting October 4th. Don't forget, right here in the Sound Garden, nothing this week, nothing next week, but October 12th, we got Excitable, Def Leppard tribute band. So join us at Coach's Court for a night of high energy and nostalgia as we pay tribute to one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Okay, Def Leppard, you got to love it. Okay, that's in the Sound Garden, 7 o'clock. Get your tickets at Eventbrite. Friday, October 12th, though, join Coach's Corner and Delta Circle for their CD release party with special guests from the Gary Bird Band. Friday night, October 18th. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the door. All right, all tickets include a copy of the new CD, Someone Else's Story. That's the name of the CD, Someone Else's Story. 20 VIP are available for $60 and include special VIP seating. So if you want to sit right up front, get it done now. All right, so that's 3 steps in the door. All right, we're going to come up next with these 2 young men. They're the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic's Athletes of the Week. One rushed for 150, the other one rushed for over 200. It's just unbelievable what they're doing up there in Richmond Hill. They were supposed to start region play Friday night, but now it's going to be moved to Saturday afternoon. We'll talk to them about that. This week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athletes from Richmond Hill High School, the Wildcats, always building the hill. We'll have Caleb Easterling and Joshua Ulwick Troupe. Be back in 3 minutes, guys. Got to thank the sponsors. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Sound Garden stage at the center of the sports universe, Coach's Corner. 3 minutes. I'll be right back. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at Coach's Corner on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm Karl DeMasi. I'm host. I'm here every Wednesday night following Rubbin' and Grubbin', which is the lead show on Wednesday nights. And you got to check it out. Go to YouTube, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Subscribe to their channel. Go to YouTube, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Subscribe to my channel. Help me out. All right. Well, these next two guys are something special. I mean, if you follow the Prep Sports Report, go to prepsportsreport.com. We did an early article on dynamic duo running backs here in the Savannah area. I apologize. I dropped the ball, fumbled, didn't catch the pass. I didn't include these two guys, but I'm telling you right now, they're a tag team at Richmond Hill High School. They're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week. Okay, let me start with the first guy. Last week in the game against Buchholz, okay, he ran for 153 yards and he had 2 touchdowns. He also plays defense. Okay, the other guy, okay, in the game against Buchholz, carried the ball 29 times, 221 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. Pretty impressive, okay? Coach Matt Lazat said about Joshua Troupe, and that's going to be a tongue twister for me, okay? Josh has grown up tremendously in our program. He has transformed himself into our premier running back and proven that he can carry the load. His willingness to play on special teams is what makes him a special player. Having a guy as selfless as him makes it easier on his coordinators and the team. Now, what did he say about Caleb Easterling? Okay, Coach Matt Lazat, got to love the guy, 11 years building the hill. Okay, it's always great to have your best players, your hardest worker. We are very blessed to have him have as many hard workers as we have on our team. Caleb is the leader. He sticks out because it has translated into him dominating on the field offensively and defensively. Hey, what more can I say? Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week from Richmond Hill High School, Caleb Easterling and Josh Ulrich Troupe. There we go, guys. I forgot my mouse, so I got to use this mouse pad. I'm not very good at it. You know, I'm an old guy. What can I tell you? So,
yeah, you're good.
Hey, congratulations. You guys are off to a 5-0 start. Pretty impressive. Hey, Caleb, did you expect that this year?
Yes, sir. I mean, I've been telling a lot of people since March and April back in spring ball that Richmond was going to come different this year. And especially because our senior class been playing ball together since we were, like, really young. So, I mean, a lot of people didn't count on us for being 5-0 right now, but I feel like everybody on our team felt it.
How about you, Josh?
Yeah, same thing as what Caleb said. You know, we've been telling everybody that we're going to be good this year. So that now that we're showing it, you know, is proving a big point.
All right. So, Josh, we'll start with you first, okay? Impressive start to the season. over 755 yards, 12 touchdowns. 221 yards last week. What has been the key to your success on the field this year?
Well, first I want to credit my O-line. You know, they've been doing their big one in the trenches down there. But other than that, you know, I want to credit my mindset going into games. I think I had a pro mindset. I've been having a pro mindset. I think it's been shown on Fridays.
I'm telling you, you got to thank the big guys like me. I once was a hog too. I never got a chance to play quarterback like I wanted to, so they put me at center because I got long snap. So, but anyway, that's another story. Okay, and then Caleb, you got 847 all-purpose yards. That means rushing, returning, whatever. Your versatility is there on both sides of the ball. What motivates you to excel in these different areas, these multiple roles that you do for the Wildcats, and you've been doing it now for almost 3 years?
Yes, sir. Every time I get the ball in my hands, I want to make a play. And me playing on offense and defense and special teams gives me the opportunity. So I feel like it's just I have a drive to make a play every time I have the ball in my hands. So,
and then, of course, we go back to Josh. Consistency. You've had multiple games over 100 yards, three games over 100 yards. Now, as a coach, we want you to prepare mentally and physically. Well, how do you do that for each game, and how do you maintain that at the level of performance that you're going at right now?
Well, physically, since I'm a running back, I'm getting hit by everybody in the hole. So, a lot of soaking, a lot of ice baths. Recovery is a big part. But mentally, during the week, I got to make sure I handle my business in school. So when Friday comes around, I have no distractions.
Nice. And, Caleb, reading all the media, whether it's social media or the articles that are printed, you mentioned that you want this season to be the best of your career and to make first team all region. How do you plan to keep pushing towards that goal in the second half of the season when it's probably going to be the toughest part of the season because that region you guys play in is black and blue?
Yeah, I feel like as long as I just ride the momentum that we have going on right now, our O-line, if they keep on playing how they're playing, it's going to make it a lot easier on me to make first team my region. But also that's been a goal because I felt like I left a lot of food on the plate, so to say, the last 2 years in our region with injuries and being out for a couple of games and stuff. So this year I really made it a point that I need to ball out all 10 games.
All right, I know coach is listening here, okay? Caleb, what do you like, bringing the wood or running the ball?
Running the ball. Hey, I'll come down and hit somebody too, but I like scoring touchdowns on offense.
Yeah.
And Josh, they don't let you play defense? You want to play special teams. Why don't they let you play defense?
I'll play a little bit of linebacker here and there, but in the game, we got some dogs at linebacker, so don't really need me.
let the other dogs take care of it, right? All right, so against Buchholz, you carried 29 times for 221 yards. 29 times in high school football is pretty impressive. And, of course, you scored 3 touchdowns. How did it feel to lead the team to the comeback win because you guys were behind in that game?
It always feels good knowing that I'm a big part of the offense now, knowing that my team count on me. When I'm able to put points on the board, seeing my team's reaction, it's always a good feeling.
Nice. And, of course, we'll go back to Caleb now. All right, you've earned 2 Division I offers. Am I right? Have you any more? It's Wofford and Tuskegee, right?
I got Wofford as a Division I school, and I have Tuskegee. They're D2.
D2, okay. So how has that impacted your confidence and approach to the game this season? And do you have anybody else looking?
Well, I got those 2 offers during the summer going to camps, and that really just made me want to get more. I feel like some people, when they start to get offers, sometimes they get complacent and everything, but honestly, that made me just want to work harder and stuff. But, yeah, I've been talking to a few schools, FCS schools like Mercer, West Georgia, Charleston Southern, schools of that caliber.
Yeah, the season's still going on. They'll see your tapes, and it's a lot easier now with all the social media stuff, highlight films. And, Josh, anything coming out of you? I know you're interested in playing college football. You do have the name Troupe, okay? And you do have the number 84 in your handle, so.
Yeah. College-wise, I've been talking to not a bunch of schools. Schools email me during the summer and they want me to come to camps. Troy, I've been talking to Troy. Tennessee Tech. Shorter, I had a good camp at Shorter, so not a bunch of schools yet.
All right, and just one quick question. How's your uncle doing?
He's doing good. I just talked to him before I called you. Okay.
So if you don't know, I worked at ESPN Savannah for about 6 years. I worked very closely with Josh's uncle, Ben Troupe, who was all-world at Florida, tight end, and professionally. So great guy. I can see the talent runs in the family. Okay, let's go back to his younger days. We put you up against him. Who wins?
Me. Of course.
I hope Big Ben's watching this. I hope he's watching this. So, all right. So now we go to your highlights. Okay, if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week from Richmond Hill High School, Caleb Easterling and Joshua Ulrich Troupe. Both ran wild. I told you 29 carries, 221, 3 touchdowns for Josh. While Caleb, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know, you contribute all over the place. But like you said, you like running the ball. How much more does that mean to you when you do that? 153 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I mean, it means a lot to me. I really put a lot of effort, especially I go back to me going in the offseason and stuff. I really put a lot of effort on making plays with the ball in my hands. I mean, freshman year, I played a lot of offense, but the last 2 years, like I said, I feel like I've left a lot on the table with injuries and stuff. So this season, with me running the ball how I am, I feel like it means a lot to me.
Now, Josh, I mean, you guys are unbelievable. I mean, over 400 yards last game. You got a great core of running backs. How do you guys in the backfield complement each other? And what makes it so special playing with guys like Caleb and your other teammates?
Well, I feel like we complement each other well. We've been growing up with each other, you know, ever since a young age. So I feel like when we get in the backfield, you know, we say whatever we got to say real fast, and we pick up on it since, you know, we're saying we family. So it just makes it real easy to execute during the game. Nice.
So I'm going to stay with you. We'll come back to Caleb in a second. So you open region play, Tift County, perennial state playoff team. I don't know if they're up and down lately, but you play in one of the toughest regions in the state in Region 1, 6A. How are you preparing for this critical matchup, and what will it take to keep this winning streak going alive? Or you don't worry about the winning streak. You take one game at a time.
Yes, the goal is to, you know, stay level, keep my mind level, you know, not get big head about things. I know my O-line, you know, if they keep doing what they're doing, they make it real easy on me. So hopefully we have a good Friday.
Nice. And Caleb, they're measuring your speed in games. Okay. Once again, reading another article, 21.6 miles per hour in a game speed. All right. Well, we know football players, they work hard. They try to maintain or get better. So what have you worked on to maintain and improve your speed and your explosiveness during preseason workouts or during the season?
Well, during the offseason, we have a coach named Coach Taylor. He has an AAU track team, and he's really been stressing. Like, he puts us through a track warm-up workout every day back in the spring before we get the lift. And that really helped me get my speed up. And then just also, like, squats and everything in the offseason. My max squat back in the offseason was 555. So those strong legs helped me run. And that's really just paved the way to my speed this season.
If that doesn't turn any college recruiters' heads, I don't know what will. Okay, 555, 21.6 miles per hour. I mean, I don't know what to tell you there, buddy. And, you know, you had a big run there, Josh, 80 yards. Walk us through the play and what goes through your mind when you break free and there's nobody in front of you.
I don't break free a bunch. Last season, you know, I haven't break free a bunch. And when I did, you know, I got caught. So for me to break that run, the whole time I was just thinking not to get caught. I didn't want to hear it from my teammates, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it was big scoring that game, scoring that 80-yard touchdown. I had 4 of them that game.
So you mean if you go 40-yard dash with Caleb, who wins?
Nah, he know I'm going to win.
Yeah, Caleb got it.
All right, Caleb, you're a leader on the team, on and off the field. I mean, grade point average is 3.8. Once again, read that on the internet. You're a senior on the team. In the classroom, you're excellent. So in pursuit of playing at the next level, what more do you think you need to do?
Really, I think I just need to keep on balling out on the field, make sure my grades are up. I mean, I'm doing dual enrolled. I take college classes at Savannah State. I only go to the high school for weight training in the morning. My grades are good right now, so really just keep on doing what I'm doing, staying consistent with my routine every day, and I feel like everything will just fall in place when it comes the right time.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a chance to answer these questions. They weren't sent to you. So, Caleb, how long you been at Richmond Hill? 4 years?
Yeah, so I grew up in Richmond Hill. I've been in Richmond Hill
your whole life.
My whole life, yeah. I turn 18 like next week, so yeah, for almost 18 years.
So give us one memorable moment at Richmond Hill High School, whether it be academics or athletics.
My first football varsity game, I played quarterback because of COVID. Everybody was out for COVID, and I was supposed to start at corner my freshman year on varsity. And that Thursday night, our offensive coordinator, Coach Scott, came to my house with a playbook at 8 o'clock that night and told me to memorize 50 plays, and I only memorized 25 out of the 50. And the next day, we went and go play Beaufort in South Carolina. We lost 28-6, but it was on. I think it was the WSAV Blitz game of the week. I got player of the game, even though we lost, but. Yeah, that was probably my favorite experience playing football at Richmond.
And Josh, how long you been there?
I've been here since 7th grade.
All right, so middle school, high school. Most memorable moment, whether it be academically or athletically?
8th grade year, it was I think it was our like state championship or something like that. And I was a DN at the time, and I didn't get a chance to run the ball a bunch. But one time I did, and then I scored a touchdown. We called it Monster. That was our Gator, what we have now, but we called it Monster back in 8th grade. I scored me a little titty. And so it's pretty good.
Nice. All right. Tell us about the coaching staff, Coach Lazat. Josh, what has he meant to you? And what is the staff has meant to you guys?
They're amazing, man. They're mentors. They played a big role in me. My maturity level, they've helped me grow up a lot, you know what I'm saying, over these years. Coach Davis, he's been a good factor of that, you know what I'm saying, telling me to keep my mind right, not to get a big head about things, not to get an attitude, because, as a player, your attitude can wander off a little bit, but him and Coach Lazat, you know what I'm saying, and Coach Flanders just telling me to stay level, you know what I'm saying, not get a big head. It's been nice.
Caleb, how about you and the coaching staff?
The coach staff have really helped me a lot. I mean, especially the coaches that involve a lot on varsity, because I've been playing varsity since my freshman year, so I've been around them more than some other people have on the team. But yeah, especially Coach Lazat, like he's really an all gas, no brakes type of guy, and that's who a guy I want to be around. And especially on my DB coach, Coach Oliver, he holds me to a really high standard. Really constructive criticism a while. Like I really like sometimes it gets bad or like you get in trouble at practice, not necessarily like in trouble, but he just wants more out of you. And you always want somebody, a coach like that. So I really big shout out to Coach O for holding me accountable all the time.
All right. I got 2 more questions for each of you. I didn't put them on the sheet. I forgot. I apologize. First of all, Caleb, okay, family members, parental support. How have they helped you get to where you are right now?
Shout out my mom and my dad. Like they really have my back all the time. They're definitely my biggest fans. Coming home, talking to them about practice. I watch film with my dad on Huddle Sunday evenings when the coaches posted. And especially my mom, I tell you, I can hear my mom's voice from the stands out of anybody if I'm running down the field. So yeah, she means a lot to me, especially my dad. So yeah, I say they are really a big part of my success.
Josh, well, how about you?
My dad, he's played a big role. He's always been here for me. He's told me to, every time I got a game, constructive criticism, like Caleb said, he'll tell me if I made a bad play or if I didn't make a bad play, you know what I'm saying? My uncle, he's played a big role too, you know what I'm saying? Growing up in the game, growing up around football my whole life, and him being a big deal in the NFL and college, it's really paved the way for me, you know what I'm saying? Just show me the blueprint, show me what I got to do, make it to the next level.
All right, we got somebody checking up on you, and you guys love this guy because I know he's a big guy and he's getting a lot of good looks, but Chris Zambalati, these boys are some dogs. So people are checking in on you there, guys. All right, last question. Caleb, football, college, maybe you got a shot playing in the NFL, but after that, what do you want to do? What do you want to be?
Well, in college, I want to major in business and marketing, and I want to become a pharmaceutical sales rep. My mom has been doing farmer sales since she was, I think, mid-20s, and it really interests me. I'm in the healthcare pathway at school and stuff, so it really just interests me getting pharmaceutical sales.
Josh, what do you want to do in the future?
In college, I want to major in business. Probably become a lawyer. There's good money in that. So right now, I'm in the healthcare pathway also. So, if that doesn't work, maybe sports medicine or physical therapy. I'm saying, be around the sports field.
Well, guys, we got another guy checking in here. Is he another one of your linemen?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's Brooks.
So they're checking up on you, but you know what? You got to check on them because they're going to lead the way for you.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, congratulations. Great season. Great game last week. You entered the tough part of the season with that region you play in. Keep up the great work. Oh, we got another one jumping in here. Let's see who this is.
Okay, that's Naki right there. That's a dog right there.
Represent 2 of the hardest working players on the team. So you're getting a lot of love here, guys. So other than that, great job. I'm excited to see what you guys do, 5-0, and You got a great leader, great coach staff, and you guys are doing a great job. And once again, proud that you remembered who's in front of you. Go Hogs.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, guys, have a good one. Appreciate it.
You too.
Two young guys that know where they want to go. I mean, like I told you, Joshua Troupe, okay, 221 yards on 21 carries. Then, of course, Caleb, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. They scored 5 touchdowns. All right. And we got a lot of people jumping in. I'm going to make Kyle, you can wait a second, okay? He's in the back room. But we had another guy, Carter Gibson, these boys, some dogs, okay? Carter Gibson, dogs, and Amari Miller, okay? Thunder and Lightning. I guess Josh Troupe's the Thunder and Caleb's the Lightning. Yeah, from the good old Miami Dolphin days. We just lost Mercury Morris. So, but anyway, great job from these two young men. I mean, Richmond Hill is on a roll. They're going to face a tough region opponent on Saturday at 2 o'clock. Remember, games have been changed. I'll go over them at the end of the show, but I got my next guest waiting, so I got to get out of here. He knows the deal. I got to thank the sponsors. But coming up next, we're talking a little baseball. You know, baseball's been very, very good to me, and I know he's a Cubby fan. So lately, the Cubby fans had something to shout about, be happy about. But we'll talk to them about that. But the old crew is back together. The boys are together. It's the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast segment with the coach, Karl DeMasi, and, of course, my man, Kyle Lawson. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Hang in there. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back, fans, to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network at the Sound Garden on the Coach's Corner premises. That's right. I'm not going to sing for you like I could sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but I know this next guy would have to put earplugs in his ears. But We did a show from 2017 to 2023, 6 years of doing the Who's on First baseball podcast. Had a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. I thought he was moving, but he didn't move. But anyway, this is his third time on the show this year. Got to get him on because we got a lot of good things going on with baseball, a lot of pennant races. And just to recap what's going on up until the end of the season, and of course, we're worried about the Braves. Always joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, not with Angela, but on my Coach's Corner hot seat, my man, the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson. What's up, bud?
Hey, Carl, so good to talk to you. I know you reached out the other day, and I was so happy to hear from you. Yes, we are still trying to sell the house. It's a crazy market, but it'll happen soon. But hey, I get one more chance in a crazy pennant race to talk ball with you. Great to see you, buddy.
Well, it seems like you're going to be around to the World Series.
Well, you know what? The way things are going, it might just happen.
So, yeah, it's always a lot of fun talking baseball with you. And, of course, we did it for almost 7 years. 6 years.
Yeah,
whatever
7
it was.
years, yeah.
We started on ESPN, then we came over to Coach's Corner. So the man knows baseball. The man's got a plethora of knowledge in that cranial vault of his, even though he hangs out at the corner of Clark and Addison. I don't know why he would do that. A Wrigley Field, I think, might be there. So
it might be just a federal landmark. No big deal.
Historical landmark. Too bad that the Yankees couldn't follow suit and leave the old Yankee Stadium alone, but that's another story. So
yeah, that is.
So right now, how you feeling though? The Cubs still got a shot, or is mathematically over?
Mathematically, it's over. I feel like we were a closer and a big bat away from doing some damage, but Milwaukee had our number and just couldn't happen. I still watch them because I love them, and they're going to be probably going to win 83, 84 games again, but that is just not going to cut it. Because, man alive, in both leagues, it is just crazy right now. I can't remember the last time where there has no chance of the best team in either league winning 100 games.
Oh, I agree with you. And talk about it. You're loving this because you're on the north side, but your friends on the south side, worst record in baseball ever. Well,
they got to lose one more to break the ignominious 1962 Mets record of 40 and 120. It's Casey Stengel once said, "Come see my amazing Mets. I've been in this game for 50 years, and they find new ways to lose every day."
Well, how many games they got left? 6?
I think they're down to 4. They're playing the Angels tonight. They actually won a comeback. They came from behind last night to win, so that means they're 1-94 on the season on that one. But it's what's been baffling is how can a team just with parity in baseball being what it is be that terrible? I don't know. I got nothing.
I hear you. Usually on the old show, we used to play 4 innings. We talk about around the league. We talk about the Braves. We talk about up-and-coming players that were from Savannah, and then we do trivia. So we're just going to go 4 questions tonight. So with the regular season winding down, okay, which teams in your mind are unexpectedly in the playoff hunt, and what factors have contributed to their surprising success?
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to start with the reason in both leagues. It is the balanced schedule. And we saw that implemented last year, and it's really come through this year. You're seeing teams playing teams from other leagues in other divisions that they normally would never face. You're not facing the 4 or 5 teams in your division like you normally would every season, 17 or 18 times a year. You're just not doing it anymore. So, I mean, it leads to more of the scales are balanced a little bit right now. I think that is the reason why you're seeing some teams having a little bit of a run here late in the season. The biggest one that jumps out, and I think the most exciting story, is the Detroit Tigers, who as of right now, they're in the playoffs right now via the wild card play-in kids. They sold off at the deadline. And meanwhile, you've got kids from a Tiger farm system. I mean, you look at Torkelson, you look at Riley Green. They just called up Jackson Jobe. That's the number 1 overall prospect. A.J. Hinch is letting them go out there and play ball.
Yeah, I got up there last year. I got to Comerica Park.
That's right.
I wish I would have got to the old place, the old Tiger Stadium. That would have been something special. But I didn't get there. But you are right. The Tigers. And how about the Kansas City Royals?
I mean, you think about it. They've got a really solid ball club. You still got Sally Perez behind the plate, and you've got a guy. You got Bobby Witt, who you've got locked up here. I mean, he'll be a Royal for the rest of his career. And they've just been flat out a fun team to watch. That Central, quickly, after being kind of a laughing stock, really just kind of limp into the end, has become a really exciting division with the Guardians, now the Tigers, and the Royals.
You could say Indians.
Yep. The Indians here in Cleveland? I didn't even know we still had a team.
Well, they're still in Cleveland as far as I know. Okay, so but anyway, all right. National League, biggest surprise me, and I think you'll agree with it. San Diego Padres clinched the wild card berth.
Man, and they are breathing down the necks of Angela went upstairs with the dogs of the mighty Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, I'm looking at half game, one game. It is close. They went on an absolute heater in the second half, and I mean that's a team that's so hot right now. Well, we say it all the time. Just get into the playoffs. Anything can happen.
I mean, they're only 2 games behind, which is pretty impressive, if you ask me. We talked about the Padres when we did the first show. We didn't think the Padres were going to do anything. And all of a sudden, second half of the baseball season, they found the good father that led them the way.
I was about to say, the mighty Friar himself. And but I'll tell you this. I mean, they just kept finding ways to win, and they've been red hot as any team in baseball over the last couple of months. The second show we did, we said, man, it is not looking good. What the heck is going on down in San Diego? And meanwhile, they're sneaking up on the Dodgers. They had a crazy win last night. Triple play to end the game.
End the game.
When was the last time you saw that?
I think for me, never.
I'm going to go with never as well, buddy.
So, all right. So let's go to the second question here, okay? Go ahead. You got something to say?
Nope. I'm going to save it. This is for next segment for sure.
Okay. Several major awards are going to be handed out. MVP, which we know everybody's talking about, Ohtani or Judge. And then, of course, the Cy Young Award, which we know Sale has a good shot at it. Which players have made the strongest case for these awards in your mind coming up to almost the end of the season? And why? Okay.
You want me to start an AL or NL? Dealer's choice.
Let's go with the younger league, the AL.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, the numbers that Aaron Judge has simply put up this year, absolutely ridiculous. I felt like the MVP race in the AL was over about a month ago. I mean, hits for power, driving in insane amounts of RBI, and he hits for average. And he plays in New York. He can manage all that, and he's still playing right field.
Center field, too, sometimes.
Well, that's just it. He can still do it. It's not as if he's just a DH. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm sorry. I know this is kind of just a boring, cliched answer, but there's nobody better in the AL right now. There just isn't. Right. You can make an argument for Bobby Witt and the crazy numbers he's put up. I mean, he's got 30 bombs and 40 doubles right now. He's got 10 triples.
It's still not Aaron Judge with 56 home runs, and I know there's only 4 games left. I'd love to see him hit 60 again, but that's going to take a lot. Okay, Yankees need,
that's a big weekend.
Yankees need one over the Orioles to clinch the first place in the AL East. Okay, how about pitching? Who's your AL Cy Young Award winner?
My Cy Young. Okay, my AL. I'm sorry. We go back to the Tigers. It's Tarek Skubal. I mean, this guy, he's looking at a pitching triple crown right now. He's got 17 wins. I know the win stat doesn't mean as much, as it used to, but I mean, come on. I mean, the guy's still got, a 2.53 ERA. He's got over 200 strikeouts. And he's got 16 wins. I thought he had 17. And, but I mean, this guy is absolutely unbelievable. And it's his to lose, if you ask me. Logan Gilbert's had a good year for the Mariners. I give him that.
Okay. All right, so let's go to the older league, the NL, okay, which I know you followed near and dear and very close.
Okay. You know it.
MVP?
Okay. Real quick, I will say my NL Cy Young, a guy that the Braves simply took a flyer on. It's coming down to Chris Sale, the fireballer, former fireballer, and Zach Wheeler from the Phillies. I think Sale is going to get a lot of first place votes. But if I go back, I'm sorry, and you were saying NL Cy Young. You said MVP, and that threw me off.
NL Cy Young, you're right. Go ahead.
Okay, so NL Cy Young, I'm sticking with Chris Sale. I mean, I'm thinking he's going to get the vote. He's 16-3, and I mean, he's 238, and he's carried that rotation. And I mean, when Spencer Strider goes out earlier in the year, I mean, normally we tell, I know, and I mean, we tell Braves fans all the time, relax, it's going to be okay. that freaked me out.
I agree with you 100%. All right, how about your MVP?
MVP, it's got to be Shohei. First 50-50 season. Again, boring answer, but let's face it, the guy's special. He's a unicorn. I've never, and he didn't even pitch this year because of the Tommy John surgery.
Okay, he's been a DH all year long, right?
Right.
So this is my question to you. You think if he played the field or he was still able to pitch, you think he would have made the 50-50 club?
That's pretty tough. Honestly, no. I don't think he does it if he is pitching. As a position player, don't know. I would leave that open. The fact, because I don't have anything to compare that to. I just don't. And yeah, you pick up the wear and tear on your body from playing, let's say he plays first base in the outfield. Yeah, you're going to pick up, bumps and bruises, a knock here or there. But I still can't diminish that accomplishment. I don't think anybody can. But do I think he gets it? Probably not. But that is a really good question.
Okay, hypothetical now. Before we go to question 3.
Okay.
Judge versus Ohtani for the overall MVP of the Major League Baseball this season.
Ooh. Okay, if I'm looking at what voters are going to do, it's going to be Ohtani. Because he's accomplished the standard with 50 plus home runs and 50 stolen bases that we've never seen. That's the reason he gets it. Any other year, if you only had one MVP, and let's say, he doesn't have 50 home runs or 50 stolen bases, he falls a couple short, it's Aaron Judge.
Okay. All right, if you're just tuning in, you're not watching Who's on First Base Baseball podcast. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Rip. We're in the Who's on First Base Baseball segment, okay? So talking to here, my guest, Kyle, the baseball fanatic Lawson. All right. So the final regular week of the season often features dramatic moments, triple play to end a game, intense competition. What are some of the most exciting storylines and matchups that you could see in the last week of this season?
Well, it comes down to it right now. Okay, the Tigers, they're already in, but they need to finish up. They could actually clinch on Thursday night if they take care of business against the Rays. The biggest story, and this is new because of the tropical storm, cyclone, whatever you want to call it, Helene, that's coming up and going to affect the greater Atlanta area. As announced, the Braves, who were scheduled to play the Mets for that all-encompassing wild card spot, that's been canceled for this evening and tomorrow night, and it will be rescheduled as a doubleheader. That could have dramatic implications for both sides, and the Braves still got to play Kansas City. To me, that's the one that probably blows me away for the wild card. Divisionally, it comes down going out west with who is ultimately going to take the West in the NL versus the Padres and the Dodgers.
It's going to be really exciting. So after the Mets play the Braves, who do they got left?
I got to take a look. I'm not sure. Daggone it. I had this right in front of me right now. But
Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. You got to.
I was about to say, could you help me out here? I don't have it in front of me right now. All I was focused on after hearing about the doubleheader was, okay, this is going to be an interesting couple of days.
The doubleheader is Monday.
That is correct.
And that's
the Braves.
That's the last game.
Sorry,
of the
go
season.
ahead.
That's the last game of the season for both teams.
What's wild is that the Braves. Okay, so what we're looking at right now, are the Mets going to have days off here?
The Mets go on and they take on the Brewers Friday,
okay,
Saturday,
that's right. They got Milwaukee.
Sunday. They got Milwaukee.
All right, that's not a cakewalk either right there. That's a strong ball club. Pat Murphy, he's going to get votes for manager of the year after taking over for Craig Counsell. But also, you look at the Braves, they're going to play Kansas City.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
If you're asking me, it is going to come down to Monday.
We'll see. It should be a lot of fun Monday the 30th. Forget about Monday Night Football because I think everybody's going to be watching baseball, okay? All right, last question, and then we got one trivia question, okay? All right, looking ahead to the playoffs, what team do you consider to be the favorite to win the whole caboodle, and what are their key strengths and potential weaknesses? Now, you got a couple of teams that everybody's talking about, so who do you got?
Man, it's so tough now because I mean, I literally said it, 5-10 minutes ago. Get in the dance. Anything can happen right now. The scariest team in the NL for me, honestly, I mean, I still think we're going to come down to seeing a Dodgers Phillies NLCS. I mean, that's what I really think is going to happen. But the Padres scare me a little bit right now. They're that good. And if they can line up their pitching with that offensive lineup that they've got, they can cause a lot of trouble. Now, in the AL, I'm looking at the Yankees, and I want to see the ALDS because I really think it comes down to I want to see the Orioles and the Yankees duke it out once again. And I still think Houston's going to find a way to sneak into the ALCS. I really would like to see a classic Yankees-Dodgers World Series.
Yeah, it should be.
You wouldn't know nothing about that, would you?
No, I wouldn't know nothing about that at all because that's when I grew up, okay?
Well, forget about
it. Forget about it. You got me on that one, buddy. Yeah, you did a good accent there. I'll give that to you. I know you got a lot of accents, but yeah, it should be. I think, me personally, if the Yankees can stay hot and their pitching can hold up, but they just put what's his name, Cortez on the 15-day disabled list.
Yeah,
okay?
Nestor was banged up, and he pitched out of the pen the other day.
Right, and Philadelphia could find a way to get hot again. I think that would be my World Series choice, but. Because I think the Dodgers and the Phillies
wouldn't be a bad one.
I think the Phillies and the Dodgers are right now playing at an average level. They're not on fire. So that's what scares me.
Yeah, that's just it. Like, I wish I could give you, a better answer of who I think is going to end up. I mean, obviously, I'm going to look at the favorites right now. But, yeah, San Diego scares me. Philadelphia scares me right now. I still think there's too much firepower in that Dodger lineup. And I feel the same way about that Yankee lineup.
All right, and if you used to watch us, to end this whole thing, we used to play trivia, okay? First, we started out with 5 questions that would take us a half an hour to do. Then we cut it down to
longer than the show.
Yeah, then we cut it down to 3 questions, and I gave Kyle maybe a little theme that he might want to go by, and the ongoing joke was that if I won, I flew the white and blue W over my house out there in Willington Island. So, and then he would just hang his head when he lost to me, which the last season was a pretty good one there, buddy.
Last 2 seasons, you stepped up your game big time because I was just smoking you left and right for the first 3 or 4 seasons. And credit to the coach, man, he started stumping me left and right.
All right, before we get to trivia, we got some comments here. Okay, Kevin Brown, a good friend of mine, looking good, Grandpa, because I just had my second. Well, I didn't have it. My daughter had my second grandchild.
I was about to say another one for the no-no. I love it.
All right, and then there's big news. Savannah sports legend Earl Etheridge retiring at the end of September.
Oh, wow.
From the city. Yeah, that is a big one. Coach Etheridge had a mainstay. Yep, so that's a good one. Earl's a great guy.
Mainstay. Wow.
And we got a question for you. Kyle, we miss you all's baseball show. Reprise
Lawrence.
next year, okay? He wants you to reprise next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lawrence. Yeah, I was about to say, miss you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I know Carl's probably looking at you right now. It'll be from another state, but I'd love to come on from time to time and try to talk a little ball with the coach because, hey, that's what we do best.
We got to make sure Angela lets you do that from the Windy City. You know what I mean?
I don't think she's going to mind all that much. She loves talking ball. She's upstairs with the puppies. Made a good spaghetti tonight. I grilled burgers last night.
All right, so I'll take the spaghetti though. That's my type of girl right there. All right, trivia question. Girl. You want to go first? Since you're the guest, I'll give you the choice. First or second?
Okay, I'll go first. All right. Can you name the franchise whose only World Series victories, these are multiple victories, came via entering the playoffs as the wild card?
Come on. How much easier are you going to make it?
I got a couple others. You want to answer it or not? I don't know.
We're talking about the Fish, the Marlins.
Ugh.
Now I'm going to be
fine.
I'm going to be a little tougher on you. Name the other 5 teams that also have done it besides the Marlins that have been wild card champions. Hey, great minds think alike.
Okay, so I got to name 5 more.
Yeah, I mean, you're the baseball wizard.
I was about to say I don't feel like it right now. All right, the Diamondbacks.
Marlins are out.
Okay, I can't say the Marlins. So the Diamondbacks, yes. 2002, the then Anaheim Angels.
Right.
All right, so we got 2 there. All right, this is where I start getting irritated.
I don't think the Diamondbacks ever won it.
They did, 2001.
As a wild card?
They entered via the wild card. They did not win the division that year.
2001.
Yeah,
I guess
that is.
You got me on that.
That is
one.
correct, sur.
All right, so go ahead. So we got them in the 2001. You got the Diamondbacks. Go ahead.
Okay, that actually won. Okay. Okay. Boston Red Sox, 2004.
I knew you had to bring that up. Yeah. And
Okay, so there's
choked against them 3-1 lead. I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I was just watching Ken Burns the other day. So, geez, yeah, this is going to drive me absolutely crazy.
Only one team from the East is left that won the World Series as a wild card.
Oh boy, the one via the wild card.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be kicking myself all day. The NL East.
Yes. 2019. Everybody, Lawrence is yelling at you. Everybody knows it but you.
Well, 2019, that was the Nationals.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, say thanks, Lawrence. I appreciate that. I remember that series.
Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. 1, 2 are in the Western Hemisphere, and the other are in the mid of the part of the country.
Mid part of the country, you say?
Yep.
Hmm.
I'm going to give you a hint. You hate this team so much. You hate them more than the White Sox.
Cardinals.
Okay, in 2011.
Yep, 2011, yeah.
Okay. Now, who's the other mid part of it? Okay.
Say it was not the White Sox.
No.
It was not the White Sox. Okay.
No.
Oh, let's say mid part of it. Oh, Kansas City.
No.
Oh, God, you win. I'm already ticked off about this.
Angels in 2002, the San Francisco Giants in 2014, and the Texas Rangers just recently.
They did get in via the wild card, but I consider that the South. That is not the Midwest, sir. All right, fine. You know what? Lately, every time we do trivia, the last 10 times you've smoked me here, and now Lawrence has got to make fun of me. All right.
Well, yeah,
that's all right.
He's got a comment here for you. Let me bring it up here, okay?
Do better.
All right.
Kyle, I already knew that one, and I appreciate it. Are you sure after that one?
The sun doesn't rise and set with the Cubbies, you know.
Yeah, I know, but still hurts. This has been a rough year, man.
So,
anyway, I love this, guys.
Kyle, enjoyed it. Appreciate you coming on. Always a lot of fun. And when we get to the World Series, when the two teams meet, we'll come on. We'll get you back on, and we'll break it down and talk about who's going to win it and who's not.
Hey, it's going to be a few weeks. Playoffs start October 1.
All right. Hang out, though. Okay. Once again, got to thank all the guests that were here. Got to thank Caleb Easterling and Joshua Ulrich Troupe from Richmond Hill High School, our Weatherton Chiropractic Clinics out of the week. Got to thank this man here. And as we always ended the show, whether it was my show or who's on first base, Kyle, what are you going to do next 2 days?
I was about to say the next 2 days. What am I going to do? I'm always going to hit it out of the park.
Okay, until we speak to you next week.
Make it your best week ever.
The man doesn't forget. Love you, brother. Have a good one. Tell
Love
Angela,
you too, Carl.
Tell Angela anytime she makes some spaghetti to let the old fat guy know. Hold it.
I told her you'd say that.
Oh boy, he's jumping on you.
Oh geez, thanks, Lawrence. Yeah, leave Bomber out of this too. Hey, great stuff, guys. Anytime you want to do this, hey, well, let's talk World Series time. But great show, Coach.
Talk to you. Thanks.
Take care.
Go Cubbies.
Go Cubs.
So just a great hashing it out with Kyle Lawson, the baseball fanatic from the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast. We did it for almost 7 years, 6 years if you want to get really technical, but we going towards that 7th year. But just a lot of fun, and like you said, he knows his baseball. So once again, as he said, I didn't know this when I came here today. I told Lawrence Bennett that right now we were in a rain delay. I just found out the last day of the season we're going to play a doubleheader with the Mets. We got to hope that both teams can show up, and it's going to mean something. Because like Kyle said, you got the Mets taking on the Brewers, and you got the Braves taking on Kansas City, right? So it's going to be the Central against the East. It's going to be pretty exciting to see what happens. So like I say every week, please say a prayer for this craziness that's going on in this world. Now we got a hijack bus today. I mean, it's just crazy. You don't know what's going to happen. But once again, hopefully this is taken out of your hold it, Lawrence. Taking an hour and 6 minutes helping you not think about that stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed it, okay? So, but like I say everywhere, please say a prayer for everything that's going on. And like we just said with Kyle, whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, always sit at the park. Until I speak to you next week, may it be best that week ever. God bless. Take care. Enjoy it. And go Braves. Hold it. Also, Saturday night, go Dogs.